Hello, Stampin' friends, and welcome to Linda's Stampin' Escape. Hello, good evening. I am Linda, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Wisconsin. And tonight, we are going to shake things up with the Perennial postage bundle and a few of the other items in the suite. And we will be making faux shaker cards. I see we have guests popping in. Don't forget to say hello. We always like to know who we're stamping with. We have Karen and Sharon so far. Hello, ladies. Welcome, welcome. I hope you like purple because we have a lot of it tonight. Alrighty. I hope you like purple because we have a lot of it tonight. Alrighty. I hope you like purple because we have a lot of it tonight. There we go. Sorry about that delay. I hate when I forget to turn the sound off and I have to listen to my own voice. We're not used to that, are we? Alrighty. Well, the Perennial Lavender Suite, we got a little peek at it last week. But I did bring the designer paper back over in case you wanted to get a good look at it. Karen says she likes purple. And Sandy has joined us. Welcome. So I made up these little cheat sheets here that show one side and then the other side. So a lot of times on this one, you'll see florals on one and designs on the other, but there's a lot of really cool patterns on this one. So, and then I have all of the coordinating colors that go with this one. Although tonight I kind of switched out this shaded spruce for some pretty peacock because I thought it went really good together. So these are just telling you what it coordinates with, but that doesn't mean that you can't find other colors in there. So don't be shy. Hi, Dawn. So yes, it's just, I'm going to be making these up for all of the designer papers that I have. I don't have all of them, but I tried to get as many as I could. So if you're down in my studio, you'll get a good look at all of them actually. So awesome. Again, we're going to kick this off with the Perennial postage. I just love these dies. They are so cool. And they come in one that you can do with your 4 by 5 1/4. So full size card front. Hi, Barb. All the way down to little pieces and all sorts of fun stuff. And of course, you guys know I love my sentiments. So of course I'm going to get these, right? And they go so nice with the pretty paper. Okay, so faux shaker cards. So these cards are like really fun to make and easy, but you don't end up with a lot of bulk like you do with your regular shaker cards. So let's get started here. And if anybody else joins us, they'll just have to catch up with us. Alrighty. You will need some designer paper. And this paper is, I have a matte. So this is my basic 4 by 5 1/4. So I trimmed off 1/8 on this, which would make this 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So that's what this is, because I don't like a lot of white showing out, just a little. And then you're going to need the, I almost called it see-through, so the clear, which it is, the clear envelopes, and they are sold by Stampin' Up, and they are in the catalog. Hi, Sarah, with all the other envelopes. Okay, so that's part number 2. We have our card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. And then, of course, we have the inside, also 4 by 5 1/4. So that makes that easy, because then these 2 pieces are the same size. And this one just gets trimmed a little bit smaller. So we got that set up. And then we are going to snitch a little butterfly. We're using butterflies on both cards tonight. Yes, I'm doing 2. And then I'm going to be using the silver organdy. It's called Silver and White. And I was excited to see that this is actually in the online store. So you can still get this. I was a little worried about it because Saturday we made cards with these, and I thought I was using discontinued product, but it's not. So ladies, you can still get this. Hey, Jeffrey, how are you? So here is our shaker card that we are going to be making. So I'll just walk you through this. It's really quick and easy to make. And Candy has joined us. Hello, snow friends. Most definitely. As long as I don't have to shovel, I'm okay with it. So this is what we're going to be making. And we're using the loose, I'm stuck on something here, loose silver sequins. So, and I'm losing my voice for some reason. All right. Karen's like, ooh, pretty. Oh my gosh. These shaker cards are so fun and so easy to make that you can make a gazillion of them. Well, maybe not that many, but quite a few in a very short period of time. So let's secure. I'm going to tell you the hardest part about making these cards is trying to figure out which designer paper you want to use. So I have a thing about this one. I don't know what it is, but it's just so dainty and so pretty that I just thought it would be really pretty inside a shaker. So all you're going to do is secure that. And I like to do this with the cardstock and not just designer paper because it gives you a nice, steady base to work with. So next, you're just going to tuck this in here. And you'll notice that the flap is on top because it's going to go under. But before we do that, we're going to get rid of this little excess we have here. So you're going to run your adhesive down there. And I'm going to tuck that back in there. And I usually do a little score kind of fold before I secure, but you know how that goes when you start talking, you forget half the things you're doing. All right, so let me do it with this one. I'm just going to fold this over and give it a little crease. It just helps me when I'm doing it at the end. Okay, so now we've created that little pocket. So we're going to grab our sequins and just take a little spoonful of sugar, right? I just got these little spoons for my party tomorrow night so they can eat their desserts. And they're really kind of cute, aren't they? So I think we have enough in there, maybe just a little more. I'm all about the glitz, so let's get that in there. Kind of like having that disco ball. All right, that looks like a good amount right there. So we're going to flip this over. And this has a seal on it, so you don't even have to worry about putting any adhesive on that. And then just pull that tight. So there is your shaker card. How easy was that? And it'll wiggle around, so lots of fun with this. Now let's decorate. See how easy that was? And if you're using like this basic card that we're doing, our first one, super simple. And you can make up a ton of them and then just add your greetings later if you want to. All right. We are going to get our little thing. Now, remember last week I told you if this isn't going in the right direction, you can flip it over. Well, that is what we're doing tonight. And somewhere, I think I dropped my, oh gosh, there it is. Oh, whew, landed on the floor. Okay, so we're going to use one of the greetings out of the Perennial postage. And I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape, because that is what my card base is as well. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this, and I'm going to just stand up so I can see. All right, not what I was hoping for. Maybe I should sit down, might work better. Oh gosh, try do-overs. See, this isn't even the part you guys have to watch because you all know how to stamp. So let me just see if I can get this one on straight. Pretty good. Much better than the first one. All right. We are going to add our ribbon. So get your adhesive on there. Takes a little bit to get that adhesive to want to stick onto that envelope, but it works. I'm going to put a little extra down there. Make sure it's nice and sticky. Little snip. How'd we do? Pretty good. Okay. And this is the crooked side, so we don't want that one. Just a few little dimensionals on this one. Don't need any in the middle because our ribbon is going through the center and we're going to let that flow freely through there. Now you guys can place this wherever you want. I kind of did mine right smack dab in the center. Alrighty. And then we're going to cut a little piece off of here. Feed this underneath and then just tie it once and it'll stay nice and tight. And then you can have it close to your greeting or you can pull it a little bit further away. That's all up to you where you want that bow. And then just trim it down. Cute. All right, now we're going to play with that butterfly. So we're going to set this off here. I'm just going to tip that up because remember we have a little adhesive on the back of that. So we're going to take our marker here and carefully color in our butterfly body and his antennae. So I'm just pulling it away to make sure I'm hitting the right spots. And then we'll pull our Gorgeous Grape back out. You guys are awful quiet tonight. Just put a little bit on there. I have certain ones that I keep with the same color. And we're just going to start in the middle and work my way up. And I'm not going to go all the way to the ends. So I just want a little bit on there. All right. Now look at brand new Wink of Stella. So we're going to come in here and we're going to color her from the uninked edges. And then we're going to come down. And the reason I do that is because this Stella, see that, activates your ink. So it's getting it wet again. So it will pull the color. So when we pull this, you'll see that it gets a little bit darker. And I don't want all of that darkness onto the petals. So we're just going to put a little bit there. Set her over there to dry. Make sure you clean off your Wink of Stella tip, because you don't want to start your next project and end up with purple. So, unless you're working with purple. So there's our pretty little butterfly. And we are just going to put a hint of glue on here. And there we go. Ooh, it's already coming out. We have to hurry. One little dot. Bring this in. And I'm not even going any further with any other adhesives, glue, or anything else. And I'm just going to leave it tucked right there. And I think, I know I didn't on the first card, but I am going to add some dimensionals, not dimensionals, I'm sorry, some bling onto our card. So, looking for my pokey, but I don't know where he went. So we're just going to wing it with the fingers. I'm going to put one. Well, that one's staying because the little guy's up there. So let's just leave that right there. And should we go off? Let's go off. If we don't like that, we can always move it, because these kind of hard to see. I told you this is the hard part for me, trying to decide where to put those silly little embellishments. Let's go right there before I change my mind again. All right, we got those on there. Hello, Chris. And I saw Barb joined us as well. So let's grab that adhesive again. And now you can put this directly onto, and I like to put it on a little thick because you don't want it to come off. It's gooping up on me. And you could probably use glue if you'd like. I like to use the tape because then I can go over this part here. So just get that nice and sticky. And then your front goes on. Now, you can put this on with dimensionals. It's a little bit easier than trying to get this to roll onto your envelope. And it also pops up. So if you like the extra thickness, you can see that, then you can use your dimensionals, or you can just leave it nice and flat and then not having to worry about putting it through the mail. So even these little embellishments are quite flat, so it's kind of fun. And these are quite flat as well. So the sequence is easy for making, although I've used thicker stuff as well. So cute and easy way to make a shaker card without all that bulk. So now I want to show you one more, just to let you know that you don't have to make that full card. I mean, yes, you're going to make a full card, but a full shaker, because we're going to do one that's not. So I took the greeting from Heartfelt Hellos, and I pulled this one because the Perennial postage bundle that I'm using tonight is $51.25, which means you get a free host or a free celebration set. And this Heartfelt Hellos is a free celebration one. So we're going to use the hello, and I embossed that directly onto my designer paper. Isn't that cute? And then our designer paper is going to go directly onto our card front. Oh, this sticks much nicer than on those envelopes. All right. So now you can see why I switched to the Pretty Peacock versus the shaded spruce. Let me just show you that. So, I mean, it does kind of match. I mean, it does. That's what the colors are. But I really liked how the Pretty Peacock pulled the richness of that green out of the leaves. So that's why I chose the Pretty Peacock. And then I die cut another piece of designer paper. I know it's really hard to decide which one to use. And I could have used this, but I wanted a little bit more of an impact, so I went with this guy. All right. And just like I did with the big back, I definitely want to use a piece, because this little guy, this is going to be my mat, and this is going to be our shaker. Just that little bitty thing, and it is so cute. Okay, so I've just found a piece of scrap, and I'm sticking it on there. Ooh, you guys like the Pretty Peacock better. Oh, good. Now I know I'm in the right direction. I'm just going to trim this off a little bit. Get some of that white off of there. And pull this off. Okay. So this is going to act like our shaker, just like that big piece did on our first card. That covered the whole front pretty much. And this one is just going to highlight our designer papers. So, and this was just a little piece of scrap that I had left over. So I'm like, oh my gosh, that's going to be so cute. Look at that. Does that look cute together? So now we're going to get some bling in there as well. So let's tuck this back in. Now this one isn't going to really matter whether you put it face side up or the other way around, just because it's so small and you're cutting that part off anyways. But it's nice to get in that habit of always putting the front facing away from your flap. So let's pull this over here, and I'm going to do that nice little crease on both sides. Just helps me fold later. There we go. Okay. And you can do some trimming. Now, let's pull this side over before we put our pretty little sequins in there. Oh no, Barb just lost power. Help! Well, that's not good. Oh, jeepers, I bet all that snow on your power lines. Holy cow. Well, thank goodness we have phones. And I'm hoping that my power stays on. Okay, we're going to use half of what we used on that other one. And I just got to make sure I'm sticking it in the right spot. There we go. Put that in there. Because you really don't need a lot. Although it's kind of fun to have quite a bit in there. All right, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to put some this way. And then I'm going to pull it down and I'm going to go this way. And that's like double sticky for me. And I'm going to pull this all the way over. trying to do that. I tend to pull things close to me, and then I realize that you guys probably can't see that. So there we go. Get it closer to the camera. Oh, Karen, did yours go out? Oh, no. So Karen's back. Yay. And now I'm just going to trim a little bit of this off. The reason I don't trim it way back here is because then it might throw off your... It won't be level. That's what my mouth is trying to say. My head knows what I want to say, but my mouth wasn't working with me. Okay, so now we got our cute little shaker there. And we're going to put this directly onto there. So here's a tip. Put it on this one. Whoops, let me get it started there. Let's put that adhesive right onto here. And then we don't have to worry about trying to get it to roll onto that paper. Let's go here so we can all see, right? Oh, that is sticky. Oh, wow. Okay. You would think this was the first time I made this card, and it's not. Oh, no. Deborah said she spent the last 30 minutes trying to get onto Facebook. That's not good. I forgot to tell you, because this is an envelope and there is an open flap, just tuck a little more adhesive back in there. And again, if you like using glue better, go ahead and use the glue. I'm just not a big glue fan, so, but for some reason, I'm going this way because that way doesn't want to work for me. This way I can push this one down where he belongs. There we go. And I'm going to put it up. I got hand lotion on. It's getting all over my stuff. Thank you, Sarah. In fact, you know what? I am going to see, because it's popping up on this edge just a little bit. So I am going to add a little glue in there just to hold that down. Better safe than sorry, right, girls? Okay. So let's set this down. Let's put our block over the top and hold that down. And while we do that, we can pull in our scrap piece of paper again. And we need our second butterfly. And we're going to grab this one this time. This one we are going to leave white, but we're just going to put Wink of Stella on her. I know I'm addicted. I can't help it. There are worse things in life to be addicted to than Wink of Stella. It does not affect my health, except for in a positive manner. All this sparkly is good for your endorphins. How's that? All right, now we got her all sparkly. She's all pretty. She's starting to curl a little bit, and I love that because she ends up curling right over our little piece here. So let's grab we'll put our glue away and grab, is she dry yet? Yeah, Wink of Stella dries pretty fast, but we'll just let her sit for a minute while I ran over and got my little pokey. Okay. Now let's put one of these right smack dab in the middle there. Okay. And then we'll grab a little one, put it on top. Oops. And one underneath. I think 3 is plenty. And then we're going to flip her over. And we're going to add 2. These fit perfectly. If you do not have shaky hands, there we go. Let's bring our little postage guy back in here. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. And this one, because of the thickness that you have from the envelope, because it really kind of bubbles it up there, you don't even need dimensionals unless you want to put some on the back of here. You can, but I really don't think you need it unless you want to pop your color away from your base. But I think there's enough going on up there that it works really nice. We'll just pop these off. I think you guys are going to get hooked on these butterflies. Look at that. I'm going to put that right over the top of your shaker. So now you got those fun little shakers, and it's nice and thick. It just kind of bubbles up. Can you see that? And then this does stand off a little bit, but it just really frames that whole thing. You got your white here, little white here, and then your silver in there. So we got our bling going. And if you want, you could add even a little more down here. Thank you, Sharon and Sarah. I'm glad you ladies love the cards. Oh my gosh. I just love doing this technique. It's so simple. Let's bring one down here by the hello. We're going to use the big ones. And then we'll bring one up here by the butterfly. And then let's bring one way up here. So we got our 1, 2, 3, draws your eye all the way around your card. And voila, there we are. Gorgeous, fun shaker cards. Faux shakers. I still think it's a shaker card, and I just love the way that this whole thing is just covered with all this bling, and it's just so cute. And you guys saw how easy it was to do. So let's give away some of these gorgeous purple fine shimmer gems. That's what they are called. So we're going to give a sampling out of those. And let's pull our thing up here. Sarah said this is her favorite sweet. Oh yeah, it's a good one. I'll admit it. This was the first one I picked out too, Sarah. So don't feel bad on that account, because first of all, I love the little postage, and then of course they got the postage stamp set, so that's cool too, because you know we can put that all together. So let's bring you ladies in here. This were all our Stampin' friends who came in last week and chatted with us or shared it. Yes, feel free to share my videos. I would appreciate that. So here we go. Keep your fingers crossed, everybody. 3, 2, 1. Oh, this thing. Come on. Sorry, Karen, I'm going to do that one over because it just really didn't want to move. I'm trying to get it to spin. But you know I love you. Can we try this again? There we go. Now we're spinning. Keep your fingers crossed, Karen. You might win again. Oh, cool. Oh, look it. Oh, that's too funny. It was meant to be, Miss Karen. Congratulations. You won a sampling of our purple fine shimmer gems. So you'll be able to make some of these faux cards. And you can use any paper. Any paper. So I'll have more samples of this in the upcoming weeks. But until then, I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. And I have a newsletter coming out shortly, so keep an eye out in your mailbox for that. And if you're not on my mailing list, make sure that you hop onto my blog and sign up. So thank you. Have a great night. Stay warm and stay off the roads if you can. Have a good one, ladies. Thank you so very much. Good night.